All right. I'm hitting new game. Let's lay out the ground rules real quick because I would assume that you are gonna go after Yuri again.
Of course, of course.
Of course, one of the best girls.
The best
One of the
girl.
best girls.
Well, one of the best
She's
girls,
right
but
up there.
my best girl has changed since we last played.
Well, yeah, that is true. Best girls in the game, last girl. So you'll go after her. I'll go after Natsuki. And we will just see what happens. I don't remember anything about the poems. And I'm sure you'll be able to pick up on stuff maybe faster than I will. But let's just see.
Yeah, I love this. I've been listening to the soundtrack all the time. All right, I'm going with my name, Sharp.
Are you going with Sharp? I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with Tiki then.
Um,
Throw back.
you got a house. Holy moly, you got a house. Nice, nice, my dude. So you're going to voice Sayori and Natsuki, right?
Yuri. Oh yeah.
And I'll voice
Okay, so
Monica and Yuri. Who's gonna voice
Yeah.
us?
We'll alternate whenever we go.
Okay, and at some point we're gonna diverge from each other because we're doing different storylines, so we'll have to jump back and forth. I don't know how far we'll get tonight, but
We got time.
yeah.
All right. So let me get us a water because I already pressed past the hay, but I'm gonna bring it back. So
Bring
I'll
it
give
back.
Sayori.
Roll it back.
Airhead, I think is something along those lines. Now, go ahead and go for this one because we're gonna go back and forth. I'm sure from Sayori to you
Yeah.
or to us.
Did you start? I didn't hear if you did.
Yeah. So
Oh, there it is. It was just so I pitched and didn't catch on my end. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
you were so again. I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say you were thinking about ignoring me? That's mean, Sharp.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're like a couple or something.
Oh, not fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean to me, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the
So long to the this is like this.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become more increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
Wait, Sharp. Have you decided to join a club yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I
wouldn't be.
I haven't been looking either, so.
It's not true. You told me you joined a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along, go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on the average getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That's me, except for only one anime.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how how to socialize, have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now because of zombies and girls. I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Lost me with your
me, right?
lost me with your hip young language. I don't know what a need is.
Keep worrying about you. No clue to me.
All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
I wonder if NEET is like dialogue. I'm telling you, these terms are pretty hip. I'm not used to them.
I'm too much of a boomer.
Will you at least promise to try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school is the school day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
I can't believe my cam light kind of fell down a little bit. We're good again now. So to randomly see that, I guess we were thinking this silly.
I don't know if you said that. Oh, Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I catch you coming out of the classroom. I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well... you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to join your club.
Me?
Sayori is president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Good choice. Come on, please.
Why do you even care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring some new member. And that's you make cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep, and you know I hate Natsuki, dude. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning as to have planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Slowly pushes open the door. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill that atmosphere.
Sharp, what a nice surprise! Welcome to, the club! Eh? All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Ayata!
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry? Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Oh, I already said I hate her. Whoopsie, I don't recognize you, sorry. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Yeah, it does. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
It sounds like you already know. Monica! Is that right?
That's so totally right, Sayori, but keep it on the down low. It's great to see you again, Sharp. Monica smiles sweet. Oh, girl. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Oh, you right, boy. So, her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monica?
Sit down, Sharp. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I gotta...
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to her. Damn it! Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Hey, are you ready?
Ta-da! Wow!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little caps. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate are used to make the ears.
So cute!
I had no freaking idea you were, so good at baking, Natsuki. Oh my god!
Well, just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
Delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Yes, the first game! Made them for... Actually, pause. Do you think that is a nod to the first game?
I think that also happens in the first game, if I remember.
Okay, fair enough.
So maybe hinting that there were more girls before this.
True.
And you're not on your first
brainstorming
playthrough.
on this game.
Oh,
Yeah.
mama, 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 mama.
Well, anyways, it's not like I made them for you or anything.
Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for, you dummy.
Alright, Jesus. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. As you should. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just totally trying to impress you. Oh my god. That's that's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. Oh, girl, you raise your eyebrow? So, what made you consider the literature club? Oh my god, I need to know, I'm dying! I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be freaking embarrassed! Oh my god, make sure you feel right at home, okay? It's you're here, we're here, and we're having so much fun. Oh my god! As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everybody here. All 5 of us that are here right now, and then anybody else that comes in, Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Oh, well, oh my god. Did you notice me? To be honest, I, can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Just start your own thing. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. It's I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and then, make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to, get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Can you imagine me, a dream fulfiller? Oh my god.
He's a great leader.
Yuri also...
I bet Yuri does.
Sorry, I was putting an emote in my chat. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised...
Over some of the...
Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club. What?
Fourth wall? Go ahead, you got it.
Sorry, it must be hard to start a new club. You could totally put it that way. Oh my god. Not many people are very interested in, putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. It's so hard to get new people sometimes, but you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Am I right? But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Are you excited? I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Sharp, what kind of, and Tiki, whatever name you went with, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head slowly perks up. Suddenly, it looks as though she wants to say something but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change though. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. True! Like, really? I wouldn't expect that, Yuri. Like, yikes, for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
Like, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Oh, cutesy.
What? What gives you that idea?
Like, you left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting, and I just had to take a little peek at it. It, like, looked like you were working on a poem called, like...
Say it out loud! And give it back!
Fine, fine. Like, oh my god, it's not that embarrassing.
So cute! As you are!
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
And not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Good, I don't want to read them anyway. Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
You're right. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You right, Yuri! Say it again! You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest riches of your heart. Like, do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Oh my god, I didn't know everybody is such, like... William Shakespeare is in this club. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can like set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share her own. Like, think about it. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Like, okay, everybody, don't stop talking. Like, I have an idea. What? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's, like, all go home and write a poem of our very own. Can you imagine that? Like, the next time we meet, we all share them with each other. Oh my god, I'm such a genius. That way, everyone is even. Plus, now that we have like a new member, I think it would help us get a little more comfortable with each other, like ooh, nice and cozy, and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Sharp? Like, agree with me here. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Oh, girl, you know it. I agree with you. Hold on, there's just still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what had been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Oh, girl, you know why I lose my train of thought? All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. No. But, like, I'm sorry, I thought...
Sharp.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Yeah, I am! How am I...
Yeah, take my body now!
Take it! How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yeah! I'm sorry.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. Oh, girl, you about to scare me for more than a moment.
You really just came for the cupcakes? I would have been super pissed.
Then, like, that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Like, okay, everyone. Like, I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good freaking note. Like, everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can, like, all share with each other. It's gonna be so great. Monica looks over at me once more. Like, Sharp, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Like, oh my god, I'm just, like, tingling all over waiting. Yeah. I can really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Tiki, since we're already done here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. I mean, sure, might as well. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Well, I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Yeah, boy! Perhaps I have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Oh my god. Alright. I just need to make the most out of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight!
Ugh.
Alright, this is where
Writing our first poem.
our first poems. This is where we're going to start to diverge, because the poem is what decides your next day's activities, essentially. It's time to write a poem.
Right.
Pick your words your favorite club member will like. Something good will happen with whomever likes your poem the most. So first word. Do you want to write your poem? Write your poem, my boy. Let's see what you got.
Oh, okay. First, okay. So, there's no timer, which is great.
Yes, he
So, we have different words, and again, I don't remember whose is whose.
So
but, we're gonna.
I'm trying to remember. I know like Yuri's are like the big depressing words. I think that Suki's are the cute words. I think. I could be wrong. And Sayori's like in the middle, so it's hard when all three of them are there to kind of figure out what hers are all the time.
Yeah. So right now, to be honest, on my page, my choices is it between Kitty and Strawberry.
Ooh.
And that can be hit or miss.
It is because it's weird because Sayori and Natsuki's are so close together. I feel, because both like food and cute things, but I know Sayori also tends to have some of the depressing things sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, God, I forgot about. Oh man. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah, Sayori's the weird one.
So, so I have reasons for picking both, right? Strawberry because that's a food, and since Natsuki likes to bake, I can only assume, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Sayori would like that too. So I'm just gonna lean towards Kitty and hope for the best. So we'll try. Word number one, Kitty. I was correct for Natsuki.
Natsuki jumped? Okay. Do
Yes.
we want to do back and forth or all at once?
We'll do back and forth because we got time. We got time.
All right.
Oh,
I think mine's...
people in chat is saying Kitty too. Yeah. Okay.
Alright. I think mine's easy. I just go agonizing. Yep, Yuri right away, baby.
There you go. Yeah, yours is gonna be a lot easier. Okay. So my next page has things like ribbon, Papa. I want to say it's Papa. I know she has daddy issues. That's really. I really feel like that's the only choice. Yes, Papa. Papa's good to
Nice.
go.
I got an achievement, by the way.
Did I?
Vivacious, easy, got it. I don't even have to talk
Got it.
through these. I know
Yours
my
are a little bit
girl.
simple. I have a back pocket person, so it's okay. Thanks to Danny. But we're gonna go with playground for my next one. Oh yeah, she got this.
Alright, eternity. Yeah, baby.
If this isn't fluffy, then I don't know what is. Okay, cool.
Massacre. Got it.
One's anime. 'Cause she likes.
Yeah. Effulgent.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either, but it was a big word, so.
This game is a lot of reading, but it's fun when you play it with somebody else.
Yeah.
Oop, thank you.
Did you choose your word for 6?
Yes, mine was blue.
Unrequited. Damn it! I got fucking Sayori on that one. That's what I'm saying. Sayori's got a bunch of really random words that fit in the other categories much more, but...
Yes. Okay, so this one I actually don't know. I want to say it's flying because it's something simple. Pure. We're gonna go with pure. Pure it is. Is she pure?
I don't know.
It's all you for 7.
Danny dropped the link for the word, so I'm gonna attempt. This one's hard. This next one's hard for me. My choices are happiness, clouds, rose, landscape, incapable, excitement, melody, shopping, promise, and judgment. I think it's judgment. Fuck yeah, I got it.
An article for it.
Yeah, she dropped art. I'm gonna try to do it without the article, but I do appreciate they help.
No worries. I'm looking at yours too. I'm trying to think. Entropy is the only one that really pops out to me. Oh, you already picked?
Yeah, I picked judgment. It worked.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, this is a new one.
Chocolate for mine. Entropy is what would be my guess for yours.
Dab, it was right.
Okay, awesome. Next, cute. Cute, mine's simple. Back to you.
Infallible? Dab.
Okay. Did someone say chocolate? Yeah, you did. Either parfait or sweet. I feel like parfait would lean towards Sayori.
Yeah.
Parfait or sweet. Maybe it's even disown. Who is disown?
That might be Natsuki. I don't know. Because I know,
Not.
I think every word does associate to all of them. It's just how high it ranks with each of them. So, like, some of those words that are, like, you don't know if it's Sayori or Natsuki, you're still getting, like, 2 points for Natsuki, but you get 3 for Sayori, is kind of how that works.
Gotcha. Okay, well, parfait seems like a better choice in word.
So I have ambient disarray. Did it work?
Yes, parfait.
Ambient or disarray? I'm going with disarray. Yeah!
Disarray. Alright. Raindrops and peace. But I'm hearing peace is a better word. Massacre? Jesus Christ.
That's Yuri. That's my girl.
Yeah. Okay. unstable for yours? I'm looking. Unstable? Oh, yes, sir! You have the keychain!
I have her keychain. I have her plush. I have her candle. I have her on my wall. I can't take that down. I also have Monaco plush. I already showed. Yeah, it beats Desire or Unstable. I think Unstable is the more
Yuri.
likely answer. So I'm gonna go with Desire because I'm rolling the dice. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. For this next one, wow, I would have thought Sparkle, but apparently it's Heartbeat. Because I see Charm Special, Sparkle, and Heartbeat, but apparently Heartbeat is the best choice here. Okay. I already know which one's next, but it's on you.
Alright, Disaster. Yeah!
Disaster. Nice. My next one has to be Kawaii.
What are the colors of your letters when you highlight them?
They're all purple.
Okay, I didn't know if they changed on how far you're leaning because mine were purple too. I'm like, does that mean I'm getting Yuri or is that just how they always are? Intellectual. Yuri!
Is that outline of yours pink?
It might be pink, but because it's black. Yeah, I think it's pink, but because it's black, it looks purple. Like the letters are black. That's why. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Right. My next one, I'm gonna go with Waterfall. Or Lollipop would have worked.
I'm gonna go with
all you.
Inferno. Got it.
Okay, next one. I want to say it's Whirlwind or Sugar. And I'm hearing Bunny. Whirlwind, Sugar, Bunny. We're gonna go with Bunny. Cutesy, fluffy, makes too much sense.
I'm between Misery, After Image, and Vivid. I'm gonna go Misery. Fuck, it wasn't Sayori. God damn it. I knew it was between those two idiots.
I would have went with the biggest word there.
Yeah, I almost went with After
was...
Image, but After Image also sounded like it might be Sayori.
Yeah, I could see both of those working. That's interesting. I get why hers is Misery, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
My next one is Puppy.
Covet. Back to Yuri. There we go.
Okay. Poof.
Incongruent. Yuri.
Who is Doki Doki? I'm just curious. Doki Doki is a word. I want to know who that is.
Yeah, I Doki Doki too. I think it's Sayori, because it's the sound of a heart pumping or beating.
True. Why is so fantasy over pink? Really?
Huh. But this one's hard for me. I have Whirlwind, Heart, Bunny, Cute, Precious, Silly, Universe, Valentine, Amazing Hair. I think it's Universe. Yep.
Universe. Apparently, Doki Doki would have worked for Natsuki too.
Oh.
Is what I'm seeing. That's interesting. I'm stuck between candy or games.
Oh.
Maybe even Sunny. Ooh. I'm gonna go with games. And games worked. Okay.
Contamination.
Emanation. Philosophy? Oh, that? Oh, you're already on your last... Oh, my bad. I just realized you're on your last one.
Yeah, I clicked contamination. Yeah, contamination for the last one.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Pout. Yes, perfect. Perfect Natsuki. Oh my god, that's
Graveyard.
an achievement. So,
alright. Oh, it was achievement shit. Yeah, I had 2 Sayoris. Like, hi again, Sharp. You can do us today. I think we might change at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, day by day works for now. Yeah.
Like freaking hi again, Sharp. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for... Do you have Yuri right now?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for keeping your promise, Sharp and Tiki. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it?
Come on. What he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Like, Natsuki, you certainly have a big old mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection, like, in the club room. Like, I told you, don't do that.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Tiki Sharp always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Girl. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? No, she means nothing to me. I might be a little jealous. No.
Oh, you and Tiki can become good friends too. Sayori! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori.
Bring us. Us? Me and Sharp? Sharp and me? What'd she bring us?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
Well, what is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Doyansu.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, you idiot, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted, if your brain could handle it.
This is... how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically took the book. Give it here, I'll take it.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I know you have to read a little slower than others. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. So here, I believe, is when it will break off.
Yes, because I'm curious to talk to Yuri. So I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel really bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't remember Natsuki's side of the story as much, Do you think they added stuff to that interaction, or did it seem the same?
I feel like it seemed the same.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
I were to assume, I think you'll start seeing sprinkles of new stuff. I want to say as early as the 4th day, and that's just a random guess.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
the next week.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they'd changed that or not, because again, I don't remember her side. But anyway, it looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry? I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... That's very relatable, Yuri. Kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Sharp? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry about me. You know, I'm a big, strong man. I don't get scared. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot what Yuri is into. That Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. Like, I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you have to worry. Because I listen to you all day, girl! It just means that you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let's just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to you. Oh, girl, slip right in them DMs. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. But it's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book. More between the two of them. Where's my book? I hold my book between the two of them. Icewind Dale ran to the Frost Maiden. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Oh wait, I don't have to pantomime Yuri, just me. Once we each lean in a little more, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open and put my other arm around her. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, girl. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb as she flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Yes, sorry. Yes, obviously. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? Because you're not as... Oh, never mind. I don't mind being patient if it takes... a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, no, I know how to read. Okay, it's like, easy. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. The page doesn't turn every time I try to turn it. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Sharp and Tiki, well, no, not Tiki. He went after that other girl. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's embarrassing that you think of that. Wait, no, Yuri, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Please, come back to me. Sorry, I didn't really think you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Oh, I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Like, freaking okay, everyone! Is that what you're at?
Yes. It's weird because Yuri's still on your screen for yours, but she's not on my screen for mine. So, it's kind of creepy. But we'll see. So, let's hit the next thing just to make sure. Is okay, everyone, and then yeah.
Yuri goes,
Oh,
and then I think like it's about freaking time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Like, oh my god, hurry up! I don't know if you have something right now.
dialogue's slightly different, actually.
Oh.
No, that's fine. It's no big deal. Because Monica says round about the same thing, but for me, Natsuki comes back up, and she's like, "Oh, come on, why are we? Could your timing be any worse?" Sorry.
Your exhale spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? Like, oh my god, didn't we interrupt anything? You kind of looked down. I'm sorry if I haven't been, like, looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight? Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much preference either way. Girl, come on, give me something. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, I feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right! I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Like, by the way, did you remember to, like, write a frickin' poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. I couldn't even find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's like frickin' ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Have you had other stuff, by the way? I don't. I just kind of rolled through that, assuming you had different stuff.
So, Danny just reminded me. I forgot that yes, ours will be different still because the poetry reading will be different depending on who we went after, and depending on what we wrote.
Yeah,
So if you want to continue for now, it's fine.
I just assumed that I would do Yuri's, you would do Nessie, because it's like, it's just minimal with the other one, the opposite one.
Right.
So, and then you could do Sayori, because I don't think there'd be much difference between the two of us, because neither of us went with her. And then I could do Monica's messed up one.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have extra stuff right now, even.
I do, so I will catch up very quickly, but Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just gonna give it back? Don't you want to know what happened? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. What? Is it really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so that we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some other shows if I try and get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I didn't finish? Alright then, I stand up, I return to where I put my stuff, and carefully slip the book in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write your poems last night? Yeah, blah blah blah. I can't believe I agreed to do something like this because it's crazy. And Monica's telling me, well now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? Okay, say Yuri. Woo! We got the plus on stream.
It's so hard to get her to sit on the shelf because of that fucking ponytail in the back sticks out so far. Alright, you're Sayori.
Sayori says, I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. All right, who should I show my...
So if we want to do R2s first, and then we can do Sayori and Monica last. So if you want to start, then I'll do Yuri, then we do Sayori, then we do Monica.
That sounds good, so I will start. All right.
Who should I show my poem to next? You know it's your girl, Yuri. Huh? As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. I'm getting things redeemed as I'm trying to read. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. There's reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and their form fit the other two. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine, Natsuki's a little bitch anyway. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as though that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't that supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm as breathing air in the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Thank you.
You tell me this man has an actual copy?
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're... Never mind. Well, I just don't read script very well. I mean, I'm very studious otherwise. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? You tell me, girl! I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Because I know you're not great with the reading thing. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Sharp, you moron. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you did really glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her own last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, sort of. So, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You know what I'm saying, girl? You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Sharp. Ah, me too. You know what I'm saying, girl? All right. So next we're doing Sayori, which this is a Tiki thing. Let's go.
Sayori. All right.
It's a good poem, Tiki. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. But I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break a promise.
See? It's like I said before, guys. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Well, thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yeah! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Boy. Just make sure yours is the same. I don't think it should be any different.
Yeah, it
Well,
should be
dear
the same.
sunshine.
Yep.
Dear sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky's blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori! This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No?
Hey, thank you for the follow, Hayes. TKO, thank you, man.
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Hey, don't be mean.
I will hydrate.
I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
We made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late for school?
I have to skip breakfast. I'll get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Alright.
It's time for your boy.
Come on.
Dab, 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 dab. Monica. Like, frickin' hi, Sharp. Oh my god. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, like, I'm so frickin' glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, like, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we can do, like, a little bit better, I am, like, always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, don't be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Like, anyway, I want to, like, share your... Do you, like, want to share your poem with me? Oh my god, I misspoke. I'm so embarrassed. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Sharp. Like, oh my god, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? Like, I already said I was embarrassed. You said you were embarrassed. It's like we're all embarrassed together. Oh my god. But it's that sort of barrier that we're, like, all learn to get past soon. Oh my god. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Like, great job, Sharp and Tiki over there. I see you too, don't you worry. I was like going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Oh my god. It's like, I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Like, you're trying way too hard. But that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. Like, you tried. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Like, oh my god, did you plan that? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolicism? Unlike Sayori, who's like a complete ditz and likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Like, ugh. And then Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, and I wouldn't suggest it for you ever again. Okay? But both allowing people to get something out of just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances? Oh my god, it's like you can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Like, oh my god, what else is she gonna do? I never really asked, though, because it's, like, not my business. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't, like, worry so freaking much about it. It's like, oh my god, you're just so obsessed. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Like, that's freaking okay. Like, you do you, I'll do me. It's... just, you know, go with the flow. I'd love to see you try new things, though, like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's the best way to find the kind of style that, like, suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Like, you just come to Monica, and we will chat. It'll be great. So don't, like, force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. You do you, girl. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Like, why would you want to impress them anyway? Oh my god. Anyway, do you want to, like, read my poem now? It's so good. Watch this. Okay, like, it just you aren't even ready for it. Don't worry. I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have, like, sound confident. I'm not... I have to do it because I'm, like, the president, you know? So everybody expects me to be, so I just kind of have to, okay? That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. Peer. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Like, so what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback, I guess. Like, it's okay. I wasn't expecting any. Like, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is a lot of poems that I've been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Like, when performed out loud, it can be really freaking powerful, okay? What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not like sure if I know how to put it, but like I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It was crazy. It just came to me like boom. It's been influencing my poems a lot lately. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that, you know, big words, crazy. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's like kind of coming on strongly. If you know what I'm saying, Yuri. Maybe after everyone is like better friends with each other. Like freaking anyway. Here's Monica's like writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to like make it perfect, then you'll never make any frickin' progress, okay? Just force yourself to get something down on paper and then tidy up later. Another way to think about it is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and like go with the frickin' flow. Oh my god. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. I was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It says if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
You? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And that might be it for some people, you know?
She says that I liked it on my screen, but I did not like her poem. Yeah, she's a liar!
The boys did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And sharp like my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Yuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri's... Oh.
Hey, well, she stands up as well. You heard it from Sharp.
Maybe you're just jealous that Sharp appreciates mine and... Well, no, just Sharp appreciates my advances advice more than he appreciated you.
How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out the way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Get her! Fucking roast her, Yuri!
Ew. Ew. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a bigger size as soon as Sharp started showing up.
Natsuki! Like, Natsuki, that's a little, oh, I clicked past it. Oh my god.
Does it involve you? Both of us. Don't like you guys fighting. Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Sharp. She's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the readers, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain it to her, guys.
Oh, wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Sharp and Tiki? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be, oh boy, here's where we gotta go a little separate ways.
Not even a thought. Yuri! Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean, you little idiot. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not like what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. I'm gonna have to lay it on ya, girl. Yuri means well, and if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Use your words. Stop being so off-putting and aggressive, girl. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. You're doing it again, Natsuki. Come on. It was her that... Like, Natsuki, I think that's frickin' enough, okay? Like, calm down, okay? You both said some things you didn't mean. Like, Yuri apologized. Now it's your turn. Oh my god, I can't believe I have to say that. Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point. Yeah, nobody should take her side. She doesn't deserve somebody on her side. Look at her. She's been so mean to everybody. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, like, helps to, like, walk and clear my head, and Sayori doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all of your dumb faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snapped. Wow, Natsuki just dipped. She didn't, like, Yuri's like, oh my god, I'll go do something else. Natsuki's like, I'm out of here. Good, don't come back. Close the door behind you, girl. Lock it. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from her desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. My chat going off. She like really didn't need to do that. I agree, Monica. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she's staring down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, girl, I could never hate you. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't let Natsuki back in the room. She does nothing but cause problems. I'll do it. I'll tell her she can't come back. You handle it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, Sharp. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have part in this club now. You're right, Yuri. I am too kind. That's why I'm turning a leaf. Natsuki, get out of here. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, What thing Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Like, okay, everyone! Is this where you're at now?
Yeah.
Let's hit it. Let's hit it. It's just about time for us, like, frickin' leave. I know somebody already left, but we won't talk about that. How do you, like, feel about sharing poems?
Oh, gee, never mind. Ours is a little bit different.
I'll continue then. It was so fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. Hey, Natsuki's back, you old idiot. It was alright. Well, mostly. Like, Sharp, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Like, frickin' awesome! In that case, we'll, like, do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. Like, maybe, hopefully. Ooh. So your poems, like, turn out even better! I think to myself, I did learn a lot about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Sharp, like ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me.
It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Alright, now we're in front of the house. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
It's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want to hear Peyton, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Yeah. You know, guys, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone, it makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is gonna be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori really hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Maybe something a little more?
Ooh.
We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat her on her shoulder. I said that more to myself than I did her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.